adequate features and functionalities into the product. Now I'll tell you an example. This is beautiful. One of my friends, Gautam, have developed a product which has, you will know what it did to the people. His brief is to develop a planter. Now what he did is he reiterated on the brief and said, how about an indoor planter? And then again, much more reinforcement on the brief. How about a planter for working professionals? Working professionals and indoor planter. Okay, that sounds nice. Now, working professionals is that, see, you're going to stay at a place for 8 hours or 10 hours, and then what is the moment of time you get to water a plant? That's marginal. Opportunity to water a plant is so marginal, so you might as well forget. There's no, okay, what if the plant dies? Okay, that's sad to know that the plant might die. Working professionals might be so negligible, probably. Okay, I'm assuming things here. Okay, so how about you develop a product which self-waters, okay, a planter which self-waters itself and continues to give its beauty with no effort. Here is a planter. I talked about brief explorations that Gautam did. Gautam has thought about, okay, what kind of possible briefs are there to develop a planter, self-watering planter. He ideated on them, okay, and then design thinking. He learned people, how do they behave while there's an indoor planter, how do they interact with their usability. Some of the techniques that I've mentioned earlier have been incorporated in design thinking. And then conceptualization. Contextual awareness. The product contextual awareness is that how is your product, what is your product, and where is your product, when is that product being interacted, all those questions. Contextual awareness. BDT exercise that I just mentioned, breakthrough delight. He has asked some of the user groups, hey, what is that breakthrough if you want an indoor planter, or what could be a breakthrough? Okay, they may have answered different things, but breakthrough delight, practical, what may have delighted people in understanding, and explorations. He did so many explorations to understand what could be so optimal product to be given to that user group. Optimal, when I say, see, the reason why I said optimal is you're not developing a product which is so cheap, so beautiful, so aesthetic. You're giving a product which is so optimal. I'll tell you, okay. Product feasibility, vetting all the design principles. When I say vetting all the design principles, there are certain design principles, probably most of them are intuitive. Okay, there are best designers who may not have undergone all the linear process of design processes, but intuitive designing, intuitive. He felt it doing it in a beautiful way, which has, okay. So this slide is so much to be taken. If you can read through this paragraph which we have written, striking a right balance, okay. It's like striking a right balance between user group, user need by subtly invoking human innate desires. Your product is sold. Okay. Now that's conceptualization. How you develop a conceptualization is you could take that statement and then develop a product, and your product is sold successful. Okay. Of course, having those adequate features and functionalities and technical development team to be in place, you're done, right? Gautam's intent of developing a self-watering planter, he developed like this. It's beautiful, right? Now what I will tell you, what it's a very moving, very deeply connected technical features. I'll tell you. Okay, Gautam has worked out on the porosity of that clay terracotta, and then played with the porosity so that it acts like a capsule. Porosity of the terracotta acts like a capsule and penetrates the water, seeps the water into the pot whenever it is needed. I mean, okay, so water is seeped through that porosity, and then there is a filling material into the planter is also a rock. I guess it's a small 2-3 mm sized rocks, so that there is a technical explanation how Gautam has did of water seeping into the planter, and then plant itself getting watered. Like most of the times, it's the number of frequency. The frequency of a person keeping an effort to water the plant is quite less. It's minimal. It's like very minimal. And once in 1 month, you put a water into the glass pot, and then you're done, right? You need not bother of the plant to be alive. Of course, it's going to be live, getting water through it, through this product. Okay. Now conceptualize it. Conceptually, it's really beautiful. It's nice. Okay. Now the design user decision for purchasing a product, and the feeling, the emotion of purchasing a product. It's emotionally deeply rooted. Consciously or unconsciously, you like this product so much. He has incorporated all the natural elemental cues. He has consciously or unconsciously have incorporated all those cues of natural elements into it. So you get you're invoked to have an internal desire to have that planter. So what happens is he has incorporated a color of natural color, which is terracotta color. Okay, the clay, which has been there on Earth since its conception. Humans are deeply connected with the material of natural colors like wood and earthy color, right? I mean, if you have noticed, all the premium products, super luxury, whatever, the superior is wood. Okay, you take over any kind of products in super medium luxuries or super luxury products, the medium of the color, the medium is the natural color only. Natural. Again, you go to the top and then you see a natural color as a beautiful luxury product. That's what he has incorporated. But okay. And then water. He is letting people to see water also. That's a beautiful medium to invoke the desire. Water is so versatile and so beautiful medium that you, as soon as you look at water, you would get a vivid sensation of touching it. You would want to touch the water. That's the interactive tool that he has kept. He wanted people to see the water also. You see that it's transparent. And air. He wanted to put air also into it. Some reason. Then he, if you see, the terracotta is brushed with air strokes. Subconsciously, unconsciously hit the human mind perfectly, giving a right balance between user need, and invoking internal desires of a human. That's what he did in this beautiful product. I wanted to elaborate on it. Of course, since this product is so beautiful, he has gotten a Lexus Design Award. So that's about conceptualization. Let me re-emphasize on this session. This session is very important and critical for your success of a product in this design process. The reason why I said critical is if you fiddle up some parameter of concept right here, and the whole development process gets affected. Having talked about an example, the company Gillette, the design team is so beautiful, provocatively did a activity in understanding Indian users, and developing a product. Okay. This design team, having developed their products across world, significant of the population is into certain margin of earning system, earning. Now, what they realized is there is a evident need for razor, prominent, which is there, which everybody needs. It's a recurring need for people in India. But then, what are quintessentials in a instrument, which is affordability of a product, safety, ease of use, aspiration, okay, shaving quality, and water consumption. So, okay, aspiration, you aspire to become an astronaut. Okay, well, then how many of us would actually hit the reality and then realize that, okay, so as astronaut is being an aspirational, but let's see what we could become, right? Having evaluated the rest of the parameters, you would hit to the practicality and then see and get down to some optimal point which suits you the best, right? That's one. Okay, so these are the few parameters those are pointed out to develop a Gillette product. Now, what happened is they know their product is super expensive. Now, since it's a recurring need, how do they bring those costs better and nice, keeping what's important in place? They touched upon all the points. Okay, it's not that they have traded off a certain parameter and then picked up safety, shaving quality, and ease of usage, and aspiration, affordability. All of those well vetted, but they have seen how deeply can we connect each of the parameter. How do we rate that safety? Super safe are we making a super safe product? Then what are the other trade-offs? So likewise, they have mapped this affinity, this diagram, and brought down a beautiful product, which is revolutionized, at least in India, of their product. This Fusion Pro Glide is their flagship product. Okay, so DE Razor is one of those products which has been gotten a lot of appreciation in the market and become successful. Of course, all of the products are successful, but keeping a right trade-offs, keeping the person or the user at the center, and then developing some certain product around around parameters. Let's say, okay, there is a user group, and he's keeping user group at the center, and all the other parameters. So then you ideate. We have seen conceptualization at different ends. The couple of examples, and this is one more beautiful example that I want to narrate. Conceptualization, it's very important, at least for the development team, it's very important somebody to keep things in visual medium. It's very important. Development team per se, let's say in this what we did is conceptualizing a water bottle. The user group is a nutrition specialist or the people who adapted to nutrition. Now, what do they need? What do they need while we're ideating on what kind of usability factors that a nutrition specialist or a dietitian would need in a particular product? And they would, in a water bottle, the core intent is to develop a water bottle, okay? And accessorial things is to develop what desired features and functionalities of a user group. Now, that user group would want a water bottle to be, if we have asked them for features and functionalities and they are not being optimistic, they have been so overwhelmed in the asking, and then so many features are bombarded on us, okay? And then they were like, Krishna, if you ask me, I would want a water bottle to be hot, cold, and any type of flower. What if there is any flower, okay? I would want at 10 o'clock, what if I need a lemon water to be ready before even I make it ready, before he realizes that it's ready. So that, so many wishes, right? So many wishes. So conceptualization is to, however, it is practical or possible for your development team to develop, but you just put things on paper and then see how to be for the best ideation, right? So that's what we did. Like, they have asked for so many things. Okay, what if they wanted a 5-6 type of different flavors of drinks in a day to be taken? What if we incorporate those features? If you see, there is a container with three fillers, right? Each of the filler has a diffuser, has a flower. Similarly, the other fillers also 9 different flowers. What if we have given it already into the product? Conceptualization is that, okay, you are ideating on all the possibilities, right? What if it is already given? How does it be there? How do you visualize it? Example tells you, like the intent of keeping this slide into the presentation is that tells you need to visualize what people would need or wish to have. A temperature monitoring for the water. Who would need a temperature monitoring for the water? No, that would add up to the cost. And of course, there are people who want to, but willing to buy, I doubt. What is a volume intake, water and volume, the volume intake, and then temperature of the water. It has a display and all the flavors of the drinks that they want in a day, and electronics, and it's integrated with mobile phone app integrated. And what people have also asked is, Krishna, you develop this kind of product. It itself realizes that I wanted certain things in a day and then gets itself ready. And that guy is also least interested to keep his interest in the application. He said, so what he said is he might not be interested in keeping so many things into the application, but it itself identifies that he would be needing this things. So what if AI is also integrated into the water bottle and then takes a prescription from the doctor and gets things ready for him? Understanding his behavior and all that. So what if you added any other features into the product that customer is wishing or willing or liking or ideating to be, put things on the paper and then ideate. Okay, and that's what I wanted in the concept, so that it will yield any of the development team person. What if hardware guy comes and says, Krishna, however it sounds ridiculous to keep so many things in a water bottle, it's possible with a simple microcontroller and all the features could be given. So why not? You're getting it, right? That's the reason it's very important to keep all the ideas and concepts in a single paper. I hope you're getting it, right? You have seen dental brackets, people wearing it, right? There is a square cross section of the dental arch wire. Doctors use this torquing tool, give a torque to the cross section of the wire, let's say doctor, after looking at you, how crooked the teeth is, and then they would think that, okay, so let's see, 6 degrees would be enough for this torque, for this crooked teeth. They intuitively guess 6 degrees and then give it in a arch wire and then put it in your mouth, right? So that's what they do, intuitively giving a torquing angle to the arch wire, taking the arch wire outside and giving a with a plier kind of to instrument, the plus symbol that you see on the right side, an angle. Now this is all good. The doctor is giving 6 degrees angle, 5 degrees angle intuitively. Now it's all on the patient. Patient would only know that his crooked teeth has gotten any better or worse. What if the doctor feels that it is 6 degree with the age factor probably, and then he pushes it to 16 degree and your crooked teeth has gone negative, okay, from being aligned and then negative. So that's ridiculous. After 1 month, you go visit a doctor and then he realizes that, oh, I made a mistake. This is a problem statement which is given to us to solve and conceptualize a product for this kind of instrument, this kind of pain point. Now we were like, okay, so this sounds very interesting. What do we do? Where do we start? You'd be surprised. Doctor herself has given us direction to start. Apparently, she has been trying to address this problem with different technical teams and engineering teams. We were like, okay, so give us the direction, tell us what we do, what we did. This is what doctor gives us, like a bunch of a square box of electronics in it, and then telling us, Krishna, so this is a box which has been wonderfully engineered, given by engineering team to me, which adequately does the function of aligning, telling her the degree of angle by keeping accelerometer, gyrometer, and the controller hardware setup, and then a tool to keep a holder to keep a plus symbol plier into it. Now we are like, okay, so why do somebody have to so complicate, for us at least, complicate a solution which is so simple, right? The doctor wants to know what angle has she twisted the arch wire. Simple, right? Now, using what medium would you do that is what matters into it. What if you get a particular hardware system into the picture and then say, okay, doctor, so you keep this plus symbol of plier into the instrument and you be sturdy and on a well-oriented table, okay, giving a reference point, and then you do twist, he'll tell you what angle you twisted. So that's so much for a doctor who is a intuitive user to be using this product. And it should not take time. You have 32 teeth and mostly, let's assume you have 15 teeth to be twisted. How much time would it take for the doctor to do it? It should not take that much of time. So these are the usability factors which we at least consciously have looked upon to address. Here we are not looking at just the problem of solving. What is the problem of solving? To let doctor know what is a twisted angle. That's it. So we're not looking just that's it. There are so many other factors, usability factor, what is the stress and strain, the cognitive load on the person to using this product, so many other things. I know at least if you point out at least 30 factors, different factors to be addressed in that product. However simpler it sounds, right? Now what we did is a jerk for the doctor, okay, the solution in the direction what doctor was thinking. Okay. Now the solution that we have given is a concept which is so simpler to use, much more usable and viable for all the stakeholders. When I say viable, it's not just for the doctor to buy, right? For her business to be grown. Of course, that's the whole intent of purchasing an instrument or tool, to make her life simpler and useful while delivering an operation of this product is simple. Okay, what we did is, okay, ma'am, so you have given us a whole hardware. We chucked all the hardware, and with accelerometer, gyrometer, and everything the whole hardware is there in the mobile phone. Why wouldn't you use it? We came back after 1 month and then said we developed an application and a small instrument which is 3D printed. Now this is the smartest thing that somebody could do it, because you have a player which is in the market. You're not nullifying the existing product in the market by getting a new product. All right, you're using that also, and existing mobile phone. All of us have a mobile phone. Even the paramedic or assistant to the doctor has also the mobile phone. A small instrument. Okay, there's no cost. There's no insignificant cost. Okay. And we bought a beautiful product in the market, and orienting the manufacturer to push their manufacturing technology to be a sophisticated software company too. You're getting it, right? So it's beautifully conceptualized, right? It's so viable. The people are happy. Okay. This is one more example that I was narrating the previous time. Apparently, there should be some time for Q&A also. So let's see if we can run through it faster. We designed and developed a product for ostomy patients. The brief was, client was like, Krishna, can we develop a product which is more usable for the patients? There is an existing solution which people are using it. That's a Eurowear pouch. They wear a pouch carrying all along the rest of the work to do for the urine collection. How do you enhance the experience of users? That simple brief. We reiterated the brief and developed some concepts. It sounds simple, right? Forget about the development and execution time and the execution arenas to be looked upon. How do you enhance or give it a better, emotional thing, or like an emotional upliftment for the users? See, this is a product we got into the market, which is a beautiful conceptualization, where we thought, okay, so there are two things which are really important for the user to be looked upon for a user group as such ostomy patients. How naturally can we give them an experience of urinating? Now, if they're keeping it on the hip side and then they need to remove the Eurowear pouch and then dump it into the sink and then wash it and then keep it back, how would we give a natural experience for the person to urinate also? So we developed a beautiful pouch which has a volumetric measurement by an instrument. You get a stimulus, all of us would get a stimulus to urinate, and then once we get a stimulus, and then you go to urinate, right? So how about of these kind of patients? What we did is we developed a very simple instrument which measures the volumetric changes in the bag and tells him once it reaches to the 60%. So then you get a buffer time of half an hour to go and urinate at any point of time. He does, okay? And the way of peeing is also so natural. How males pee, standing position, the same kind of incorporation has been given to this product. That's a beautiful concept. Similarly, all the concepts, while we're developing a product, we try to keep things in front of us and different level of concepts. However weird the concept is, but we still would want them to be in front of eyes so that it might invoke any other elements in the development. This is, okay, I wish there was so much more time to discuss on some random products which are so intriguing and invoking. Now the product which I'm going to show is, it is quite weird and then different. There's so much disparity what we're talking and then what I'm going to show. Here we are talking about conceptualization, technical feasibility, possibilities. Now there is a person, okay, who developed a product which defies everything, okay, Petrock. You may have seen this case study, some of you may have seen this case studies. A person, he has developed a product and sold a rock. You would be surprised. A rock is sold for $4. I don't know if you're still believing it. Like, a rock is sold for $4 and he became a millionaire. Now I'll tell you what happened. What happened is, at the back end, this happened in 1980 and it was a revolutionary product, hit in US market and elsewhere. He metaphorically created a scenario for a product. How wildest can a person go? There is a rock here. How do you sell it? How wildly can he think of keeping it as a pet? So he thought, okay, can we bring up a beautiful story around a rock to be sold? That's what he did. He's a marketing genius guy. I'm trying to hit his name, but I'm unable to recall. But you would find, okay. So he developed this product and then hit millions in the US market back in 1980. What he sold is a story, okay, a beautiful story of a pet rock. There's some more, okay, it's 12:25 already. Some more examples of conceptualization and the products. Weird concept. There is a genuine intent for the product to be developed, okay. The intent is to, how do you protect a banana not getting squeezed if you put it in a bag? And people, you cannot carry a banana in your hand if you want to eat some part of the later. You could put it in a box, but it might occupy some space. It's a genuine intent, okay, no questions asked. But the concept that he has built is, no single banana would look alike. Why would he design a product and then put so much of investment into the vacuum, plastic injection molding, and then develop a product for this banana. Fine. So this is an interesting product. I might explore. I mean, if there was a time, I would have explained very much in detail of this product because I like this product a lot. Aesthetically beautiful and functionally great, but when it hits to the practicality, this is what happened. However beautiful is the product is, it's not usable. Okay, you're getting it. So it's self-explanatory how not usable is this product is. So yeah. So just re-emphasize, reiteration of brief is really important. How differently can you look at as an intent of the development, and then stakeholders' thoughts. Who are all the stakeholders in your product? What are their thoughts using the tools which I've explained earlier? You need to incorporate those tools to understand these stakeholder thoughts. And how beautifully can you create a concept which is so viable and usable to the market? That's conceptualization. And we are now open to the questions to be asked. Like, I mean, you could also push an email to us saying that, like, if there is a firing question, or otherwise, no, can be talked about. I'm closing those.
Thank you so much, Mr. Krishna. It was really a great and nice explanations that you have given. And so yeah, if anybody have any questions or queries, you can put it in the chat, or else you can also directly ask them in the call itself.
Oh, is the session so beautiful? People not getting any doubts, or is the session intriguing? So still in thoughts of what kind of conceptualization can they build, or so I think this session is has invoked certain elements of design processes to be explored by, because it's not just the engineering things that all of us would be focused on, functionalities, features, they're all there, but just look upon this behavioral analysis of consumers.
Yeah, Mr. Krishna, there is a question that can you please explain the last one, car fragrance one?
This product was so beautiful. Just with the aesthetics of it, it made me to purchase. I bought it for at least 600 to 700 rupees. What happened was, this has rocks in it. Okay, rock, small micro rocks, and then those rocks are conditioned for a fragrance to be used as. But when we are keeping it to the car AC vent, what's happening is it's use this fragrance yet keep the functionality of the AC vent. It's not happening, so it's not much useful product. You're getting it right? So that's what I wanted to explain. Conceptually, it's really good. It's making people to buy, and it's invoking the human desires because of the natural elements that is acting. Color-wise, form, finish, beautiful, right? The intent also really good. But when it is used, the point of usability factor comes into the play. It's not standing its function.
So yeah, so if anybody have a question, you can put in the chat right away, or else you can also mention your questions to the email ID as well. So it was really great explanations that you have given in the session, Mr. Krishna. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So great, and thanks for making me as a host and then speaking about this conceptualization. The next session, prototyping, is really important because I'm going to talk about how faster can you build a prototype. Okay, and I'm showing you funny images of how our Indq development team has evolved in designing a product in faster prototyping. We're keeping a visualization for customers and clients. And color, material, form, finish is also really important on the fourth session. Fifth session is the manufacturing technologies that you're going to explore. So I'm sure there'll be continuous connectivity between these sessions, or otherwise it's going to be fresh.
Thank you all.